Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I have a collection video for you here showing off my GameCube collection. I'm missing a whole lot of really solid titles in here, I think. You'll probably recognize the ones that are missing. A lot of the Mario stuff, a lot of the Zelda kind of stuff I'm still missing. Haven't found it in the thrift shops recently because the competition out there is pretty fierce. But I'll get started on what I have right now. So this is my collection thus far. Basically, GameCube's kind of difficult to find games for, actually, for the most part in the thrift shops. I don't see them too often, and when they're there, they're sports titles for the most part, which I'm tending to stay away from. I don't even think there's very many sports titles in the ones that I have. Just if I'm going to get a sports title, it's probably not going to be for GameCube, unless it's something like a Mario series type thing. The first things I'll start with are just my loose games. I actually have 2 copies of Super Smash Bros. Melee. I don't actually have the cases for this game. It's kind of funny because every time right near the start when I started collecting for GameCube, every time I found a system, this game was in it. So it's just kind of funny that I've got 2 copies, but none of them are complete. And then I've also got a copy of The Simpsons Hit and Run. Moving on, complete. Some of these don't have the manuals, like for instance this one does not. 007 Agent Under Fire, Avatar Last of the Airbender, Batman Begins, the original Burnout, Crash Nitro Kart, and Crash Tag Team Racing. I'm still trying to decide with these Crash games what system I'm going to keep them on. It'll probably be the original Xbox, as it sort of beat out the PS2, I think, as far as graphics go, and same with the GameCube, but it's hard to say. I'll have to kind of figure it out for myself though. Donkey Konga. Interestingly enough, I turned down a pair of bongos that Longshot had offered. For this, I don't actually have a pair of bongos, but I don't have room for all the plastic stuff, to tell you the truth, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this necessarily. If I'm going to hold on to it or not, or eventually just get the bongos. Copy of Gun, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Hot Wheels Velocity, The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Looks pretty fun. Killer 7. The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures. This one here unfortunately does not have its manual, but pretty happy when I found this one. It's like the only Zelda game that I have for the system. Mario Party 6, pretty good find right there as well. Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Odama, which I originally picked up and did not have the microphone for. Now I do have one, but I haven't had a chance to test it yet. And the thing with the microphone that I found that it does have a kind of taped up wire or something like that, so I don't really know if it's going to work. Next one, really good find as well, was Pikmin. I think this one is also incomplete. Oh no, it does have its manual, so that's pretty awesome. A preview disc. The reason why I picked this one up just because it had Billy Hatcher on it. Thought that was kind of interesting, so picked it up. Pokemon Coliseum. Don't really know a whole lot about this. Missing its manual, but I don't know. I'm not really a Pokemon guy. A little too old for it. So, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Again, multiple systems I have this for, so I don't know if I'm going to keep this one. And Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones, same idea. I don't know which one's the preferable version, so I'll have to figure that all out eventually. R Racing Evolution. And this one here actually has a copy of, I just remembered that, it has a copy of Jimmy Neutron, Attack of the Twinkies or Twonkies or something like that. Resident Evil 0, this is one that Longshot traded to me, so really wicked. One of the better titles that I have, actually, so I was really happy when he offered that in a trade to me. Scalar, I remember picking that one up from a pawn shop. Sonic Heroes, I think this is one that a lot of people don't particularly like. Sonic Gems Collection, this is pretty cool right here, as it has Sonic CD, Sonic the Fighters, Sonic R on it, kind of interesting, plus it has all the Game Gear kind of games on it, so pretty cool right there. Soul Calibur 2, this is the one with Link in it, so it's pretty cool. Spider-Man 2, love Spider-Man games, but again I have that on another system. Same thing with Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, I have it on another system, so I might be unloading some of these doubles that I have that are on the GameCube. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, heard this one's actually a pretty decent game, so when I saw it I picked it up. Spyro Hero's Tale, big Spyro fan. Star Fox Adventures, I've actually seen multiple copies of this out in the wild, but when I saw it, it was really beat up, so this is the copy I have, which is pretty decent. Star Wars Bounty Hunter, pretty cool right there. Star Wars The Clone Wars, probably won't end up keeping this just because I have it for the original Xbox. Star Wars Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight 2. That one there feels pretty complete to me, yeah. Super Mario Strikers, one of the only Mario games that I have, other than maybe Smash Brothers has Mario in it, but not a lot else does, so kind of like the fact that I have that one. 13. Time Splitters 2. Probably a forgotten gem, I think. For the most part, I don't really know if other people know a lot about that series at this point. TMNT, this one's not complete. Love Turtles type games though, you know, ever since the old systems. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, or 3 rather. Again, one of those things that I might get rid of eventually. Vex. Not sure if this game's only on GameCube, but I've never seen it otherwise, so kind of neat. Beautiful Joe. Not complete, unfortunately. I think I got that from a pawn shop, and the guy actually threw it in with the rest of the stuff that I was buying that day to give me a deal. Wave Race Blue Storm. Again, not complete. Cool though, Wave Race games are pretty awesome. And then finally, the last title that I have here is X-Men Legends. Okay, well that's the extent of my current collection as it stands. Like I was saying earlier on, it's really hard out there to find GameCube games in the wild. I haven't really seen a whole lot, to tell you the truth. I'm really more spotting the Xbox, original Xbox that is, and PS2 stuff. Way more so than the GameCube stuff, and like I was saying before, I usually only find the sports titles out there, so I just kind of leave those behind because I have, you know, sports titles on tons of other systems, so not really that interested in them. But that being said, I hope you enjoyed that. I know there's a lot of things missing from it, but that's why, I'm a collector, and I will find those things eventually, I'm sure. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Feel free to comment down below, thumbs up this video, and I will see you all later.